Hey guys, Ben here and welcome back to another video on the Supergirl movie. Today we have some breaking news that we need to break down in regards to a major casting. So if you do go on to enjoy the video, please be sure to leave a like and a comment and subscribe and turn on notifications so you don't miss any future videos later this year. So as we all know, the Supergirl movie is Supergirl Woman of Tomorrow. It is supposed to come out on June 26th, 2026, so we've got a long way to go. And they obviously haven't started filming, but we heard rumors initially that it was going to start filming this fall. Obviously, we're in the fall now. This hasn't turned out to be true. And it looks like we're going to get some big updates in the next couple of months as they head towards a potential winter start for the next big DCU film, obviously that's going to be following on from the Superman movie. So without further ado, let's go ahead and get into this article from the Hollywood Reporter. The link will be in the description below if you want to go check it out afterwards. But Supergirl Woman of Tomorrow casts Matthias Schoenaerts. Now I have no idea if I'm pronouncing his name right, I did look it up online, but I'm familiar with him because he has starred in quite a lot of films that maybe some of you guys have seen. He starred in Far From the Madding Crowd, Red Sparrow was a pretty popular film at the time, also Kursk and The Old Guard, which was more recent, 2020. And so he's popped up in various different projects that are somewhat notable in their own different ways. And so he's a Belgian actor and he's been popping up around, and this seems like a big role for him. It seems like he is taking that next step up with this role if everything goes well. So let's break down this article. So Belgian actor Schoenaerts has nabbed the plum villain role in Supergirl Woman of Tomorrow, which Craig Giuseppe is directing for DC Studios. So House of the Dragon star Millie Alcock is top-lining the superhero feature as Kara Zor-El, the cousin of Superman, aka Supergirl. The feature is inspired by Tom King and Bilquis Evely's comic and will depart from the earnest take on the character audiences may know from the CW's Supergirl series, obviously starring Melissa Benoist. The story hews closer to a grand science fiction adventure than standard superhero fare, as the comic told of a young alien girl who seeks Supergirl's help in exacting revenge for the killing of her family. So the villain in the comic was Krem of the Yellow Hills, the man who kills the girl's father. That girl was called Ruthie, by the way. And Supergirl is drawn into the conflict when he injures everyone's favorite super pet, Krypto. So this is all that happens in the comic. Obviously there's a lot more to the comic than just all of this, but just to quickly go over what they were saying about the Supergirl film, how it's going to depart from Melissa's Supergirl. We all know that. We all know this is going to be a darker take. It's going to be pretty much all exclusively set in space. It's going to be about Supergirl finding herself away from just being known as the cousin of Superman, like this article puts it, which I don't know if they've actually read the comic, but that's the whole point. She doesn't want to be known as just Superman's cousin. She wants to define her legacy and carve out a new path for her, and that's what she does in this comic book. And so the role that has been cast here is Krem, right? Krem is the main bad guy of the film. I was a little worried for a while then that they were going to do Lobo instead and replace him, because I think Krem is a great villain. I think he is simple to the point. He's a murderer, he's a bounty hunter, he has literally no morals, he will hurt anyone or anything that stands in his way, and he does it whether it's for his job or not. It's just in his very nature. So he is inherently bad. And I like that for a villain, especially against someone like Supergirl, because it really tests her. Now, Supergirl at this point, as I said in the comic and probably in the film as well, is going to be quite down. She is drinking, it's her 21st birthday, she's drinking for the first time at a space bar, and she's going to be swept into this conflict, and she's going to be hunting after Krem, going from planet to planet across the galaxy on a space bus and flying around, and she goes absolutely apeshit in the comics. Like, she uses a sword at times when the red sun is out on different planets and she's not able to use her powers, and she very much so gets right to the verge of wanting to absolutely murder Krem, because Krem is a proper bad guy and really gets under Supergirl's skin, and so that's the sign of a really good bad guy. So he's going to be playing that character, and I had been wondering for a while, I was like, who could actually play Krem? Because I do think Krem is a specific type of villain. It's someone that is going to have to be convincing that they can just be ruthless, that they have no remorse within inside themselves. That is the type of villain that Krem is, and I think the work that Matthias has done over the years, again, sorry if I'm pronouncing his name wrong, but he has been a good, versatile actor, and I think he can totally play the part. Number one, he looks the part, right? If you look at Krem in the comics, I'll put an image up on the screen. Yes, he doesn't have the same hair color, but that's easily rectified. You just dye the hair, that's all. But if you look at what he has done, you know, it's a very different range of films, lots of action films, but some more drama orientated films, and I think the work he has done has made him worthy to be cast in this role. And as I said, I wasn't really sure who I would have cast for Krem, but now that I've seen this, I think this is a great casting. Okay, so let me know, what do you guys think of this down in the comments below. Are you excited to see him play Krem? Do you think Krem is going to be a good villain on screen? I think he is, especially if he is as ruthless and as dark as he is in the comics, especially squaring off against Supergirl and also Ruthie, who, as was mentioned at the start of this, she is a victim to Krem. Yes, Krem hasn't killed her, but he just killed her father, and that's why she desperately wants revenge, and she meets Supergirl and she's like, okay, this is a powerful person. She sees her in a fight and she's like, okay, this is the perfect person. If I can convince them to try and kill the person that killed my father, I'm going to feel better about things. Obviously, if you haven't read the comic, that sounds very out of character for Supergirl. Why would she want to kill anyone? Well, at the start, she's absolutely adamantly against this, but as the article suggests, Crypto does get hurt by Krem, and that kind of kicks things off. And so there's also a little piece of news that The Hollywood Reporter also confirmed in this article, and that is that Supergirl will be the second DC Studios project to go before cameras after James Gunn's Superman, which was obviously the first feature to be shot. They finished it now, and it is eyeing a January start in the UK and has a June 26th, 2026 release date. So we've known for a while now that Supergirl would be the next DCU film to be shot. I presume it's going to be the second film to come out because they're the only two films that we've got release dates for. You got other films coming out afterwards, but they are placing a lot of importance on Supergirl in terms of introducing audiences to DCU in the movie side of things. Of course, there's going to be TV shows and everything like that in the meantime. And as far as we know, it seems Millie Alcock did shoot a cameo for the Superman film. We don't know how big a role she's going to play, but we presume because she was not seen out in public or anywhere near any of the sets that James Gunn was shooting, that she's going to have a small role in that, and it's just going to be a little introductory thing before she actually gets her own film. Now, the piece of news here is actually that they are, in fact, and The Hollywood Reporter confirms, they are eyeing a January start. That doesn't mean they're going to start exactly in January. That could be start in February, start in March, because they're just eyeing it right now. They penciled it down and they're trying to get things sorted so that they can say, yes, okay, we're going to start in January for sure. And they are looking to shoot in the UK, which was actually rumored a while ago to be DC Studios' new home location, like where they would basically base a lot of their productions, and they would try and shoot as much as they can out of the UK because it's generally cheaper than shooting in America, and I think maybe it's a bit comparable to shooting in Canada. I don't know the ins and outs of the industry in Canada or the UK specifically about how much it costs to shoot a massive production like Supergirl, but we can presume it's going to be a significant difference than shooting in America. But with them starting in January 2025, that gives them a good year and say 6 months-ish before they need to really get things going in terms of marketing and heading towards the June 26, 2026 release date. So that pretty much does it for this video, guys. If you enjoyed the video, I know it's been a bit more informative. I try and obviously give my thoughts and opinions on everything in every video, give some analysis, but I apologize if I rambled a bit. But I'm really looking forward to seeing Krem in the Supergirl movie, and I think this is a great casting, and I really want to hear your thoughts down in the comments below. So if you enjoyed this video, please be sure to leave a like and a comment, and also subscribe and turn on notifications. It would really help this video and this channel kind of get bigger and bigger, and I really appreciate all your support. But for now, you can click on the top right corner of the screen to watch my latest video, and I'll catch you guys later. Goodbye.